What's up guys and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be starting a new fighting fantasy story, also a new book which has just came out. This is Secrets of Salamonis. This is by Steve Jackson, the guy who brought us Sorcery and plenty of the other fighting fantasy ones we've already done. We know that Steve Jackson is quite ruthless in his stories. I know that we end up dying a lot more in them. Honestly, we don't really know much about what this one is about at all. Obviously with Shadow of the Giants, you would assume it would have giants in it. This one looks like it's got more sort of sea creatures in it, but we don't really know. All we've had a look is a quick glimpse at the first page and looked at the rules of the book. So for anyone who isn't up to knowing what these games are, it's basically a choose your own adventure. We read the book, it gives us different pathways of where to go and different sort of objectives and stuff. We can fight creatures and stuff. You'll see as we get into the book. This one has a few rules that I will go over. So you have your skill, stamina and luck, which is same in all fighting fantasies really. We'll get to them into a fight, but this one has something called honor, which is basically an honor system. If you watch our Sword of the Samurai story, it was basically the same thing. We have an honor ranking system. We start with 0, but you can gain up to probably 6 and that is your honor system. You get that by doing honorable things, or you lose them by being dishonorable. So think of it as an honor system. This one also has something that we've never seen before, but it is in a few games that we've heard about. So that is the Wheel of the Week. Wheel of the Week. Basically, it's a system where there's your 7 days on there, but they're all called something different. Storms Day, Moon Day, etc, etc. And time passes in this game, say if you stay in an inn or if you are told to in the book, and we change to a different day. Now, I'm not sure how this affects us, but we will soon find out. This game also has special skills which can be acquired throughout the game. They are down there below. Brawling, Lucky, Trap Knowledge, I think it was, Charisma, Spelling, and World Lore. Don't know what they do, but we will find out.
If we get them.
If we do get them, yep.
The only other thing that's different about this one is your starting skill, stamina, and luck are fixed.
Yeah, so there's no dice roll for this. You start with 6, 12, and 6 on there, and you start with no provisions in this one and no money.
Yeah, but you can pick them up along the way. And was that it? I'm sure there was something else. Maybe not.
I think that's all we can think of right now, so why don't we get into the story and see what the hell's going to happen in this book, okay? Do you want to start page 1?
Yes, I can do. So, right, okay. So we won't bother. Do you want to read the back now? Nah.
No, let's get into the story. Yeah.
So it starts, it's titled 2 Heads Are Worse Than One. So what do we do with it? Stick it? The voice is deep, gruff and menacing, and no doubt belongs to a large creature of some kind. A language user, so possessed of some intelligence, but probably none too friendly by the sounds of it. Instinct warns you to avoid whoever or whatever has started this conversation. Although the light is dim, your eyes soon become accustomed to the darkness. You are in a large cavern lit only by the soft light from glowstones. An unpleasant smell hangs in the air. It is the smell of decaying food. The entrance lies a short distance away, but to reach it you will doubtless have to face the creature that calls the cave its home. It is then that you notice a roughly made wooden door in the wall of the cave to your right. Hungry, comes a second voice. Eat. That is not what you wanted to hear. What's more, there are at least 2 creatures in the cave with you. However, the second voice sounded a little softer and not as fearsome as the first. The creatures do not appear to be aware that you are awake, and that's the way you'd like it to stay. But you are curious to know what you are dealing with. Your wrists and ankles have not been bound, so you get to your feet and tiptoe quietly around the edge of the cave. You peer around a large boulder, and there before your eyes is one of the most bizarre creatures you have ever seen. An ogre itself would be a fearsome sight, but this one has 2 heads, a 2-headed ogre. A rare and dangerous beast indeed, especially when both heads are angry at the same time with each other.
Ooh, could be a boss fight encounter straight away.
Your adventure awaits.
May your stamina never fail. Now turn over. So,
let's go!
Here we go. Hungry, one head says gruffly, looking scornfully at the other. Pranish, eat too much, fat belly wench. The ogress is clearly taken aback by this outburst. She fixes the other with a glare that could melt ice. You drink too much orc ale. Wake up with a sore head. Not me who make head sore. You drink all night and fight. Franish not want drinking or fighting. Wake up in jail. Manish is disgrace. So that is how it's written. It's just like orc talk. It's not me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's how I normally start these parts off. But you have not clean cave. Home messy. Bones on floor. Twigs. Loincloths. Hobbit carcass. All over fur skin. Sleep blanket. Cave stinks. If Manish put things away where they belong, Franish not fight over clean cave. The argument is in full flow now and looks like it could turn into an angry clubbing match at any moment. So what do? Wait for the ogre to exhaust itself, battling with itself, turn to 22. Creep quietly around the edge of the cave and make for the exit, turn to 63. Make a dash for the entrance, 169. Draw your sword and attack the brute, turn to 3. Try the door up to your right.
Ooh. Okay, I have 2 gut instincts.
Okay, my first one is to try the door to the right.
Yes, that's one of mine.
Explore this cave while we're in here. And probably wait for the ogre to exhaust itself.
Oh, I was going to say creep quietly around the edge.
Yeah.
Because you're getting closer and closer to the... Oh, we don't actually know where the exit is. I suppose
no. But with this being the first page in the book, I don't mind choosing a really bad decision.
No.
You know what I mean?
Watch it be like, oh, you must end the story and never start again.
Yeah, burn the book. Should we try the door on the right?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
We'd be thinking about it forever if we didn't try it.
We want to kind of see if there's any goodies in there before we leave. Because we don't have any inventory yet.
You open the door. Beyond is a small chamber in which there is a stone cot. Sitting up in the cot, gurgling contentedly, is the ugliest baby you have ever seen. It is also the biggest baby you have ever seen. It is clearly the ogre's offspring. How have they done that in one body?
Is that the 2 heads? Them 2?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's them arguing with each other. It is playing with a handful of coins. On the other side of the baby's cave is the entrance to a tunnel. A cold breeze blows from this passageway. Maybe it leads outside. If you want to leave by the tunnel straight away, turn to 271.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take the coins the baby's playing with on your way out, turn to 251.
We're stealing from a baby.
Yeah, but it's an ogre baby.
I think we should steal the coins. We'll probably get caught, but I want to see what happens.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah. You want to take the coins the baby's playing with, turn to 251.
Oh no.
The coins are made of silver. Obviously, the baby has no idea what they are worth. They are just something shiny to play with, so you gather them up. However, the moment you touch the silver, the baby starts to wail. You quickly put the coins back, but the baby doesn't stop crying. What's more, its howling has summoned its parent. The 2-headed ogre bursts into the chamber with a roar. A heavy club raised above its head. You have no choice but to defend yourself against the 2-headed monster, even though you are unarmed.
Oh no.
While you are fighting the ogre, you must deduct 1 point when calculating your attack strength because you are unarmed. So we weren't aware of this.
No.
If you reduce the ogre's stamina score to 3 or below, turn to 291. If the ogre reduces your stamina score to 8 or below, turn to 149. So it looks like we're going to have the first fight of the day. So
Okay, so, right, what are we deducting off who?
we only have a skill of 5, basically, for this fight.
So the ogre has a skill of 7
Okay, yeah. Where are we?
and a stamina of 10, and we actually have a 2-headed
Yeah,
ogre.
because we read the first page, we knew we were probably going to come into a fight with this. Was the stamina 9?
Stamina's 10.
10, and we need to get it down to, what was it?
We
3?
need to get it down to 3,
Oof,
or us down to 8, which is probably going to happen.
yikes.
But let's go for it.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
So we're starting with 5.
We weren't aware that we'd be deducting points for not having weapons, but here we go.
Oh, nice roll.
10, 15 for us.
Versus 7, 8, 12.
Nice. So he is down to
8. Oh, why can't it be
8.
an odd number?
So how many times do you have to get him? 2, 3 more?
3 more, I think.
Okay, I'll roll again.
8, 9.
Oh no.
Please get 2 ones.
9 for us, and yes.
And what?
So
Right.
at 9, so that's an even.
Yeah. That was the lucky.
That's probably the extent of our luck.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 for us.
Nice.
Nice.
We're starting. No, I'm not going to say it.
Don't say anything. Okay. Our roll again. 10, 12 for us.
Okay.
Okay, that is us down to
10.
10.
Oh no,
So-
that means we can only lose.
Yeah.
Oh, we're probably not going to survive this, you know.
Well, we'll see what happens anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, our roll.
10.
Oh no. So, a 1 and a 2 maximum, please.
Oh, so close.
So that's it, right?
So yeah, we're down to
8.
stamina 8. And if the ogre reduces your stamina score to 8 points or below, turn to 149.
Oh. There must be a way to get a weapon in there, though. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe there was on the floor in the main room.
You are losing the battle with a two-headed ogre, but as it prepares to take another swing at you with its club, you see your chance to escape turn to 169.
Oh, he's giving it a lifeline.
Should we do it?
Well,
let's go ahead.
I mean, we couldn't get the money anyway.
No, you can't get the money without dying, so 169.
Taking your life in your hands, you run for the exit. Your pounding footsteps echo from the cave walls, and then you hear the surprised shouts and grunts of the ogre, and then the sound of it coming after you. With the two-headed ogre in hot pursuit, you sprint out of the cave. As you do so, you pass a small figure crouching just inside the entrance. The little man is dressed in bright green clothes and has pointed ears, bright orange hair, and a wicked grin on his face. Mind how you go, he says, with a cheery wave as you run past him.
That's weird.
Turn to 211. Is that a leprechaun?
Yeah, it sounds like
That's
one.
a leprechaun. 211.
So, do we lose 2 stamina points for escaping?
No, it hasn't told us to.
So-
No, that's only if you escape, choose to run out of a fight.
Really?
If it.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have a page to turn to if you had a. If you escaped.
I think it says you it'll be an option that says, do you want to escape?
Okay.
Do you want to?
So we won't do it this time in case we wait for a time where it does tell us. But you can escape a fight in this, and when you do escape a fight, you automatically are attacked by the enemy, and you lose 2 stamina points. So
Yeah. No, because he didn't hit us.
okay, yeah,
It's I think it'll be like, do you want to fight? Do you want to escape?
yeah. So 211. Outside the cave, dusk is falling and the shadows are thickening between the trees. As you are wondering which way to go, your ears prick up. In the far distance you can hear a high-pitched screeching sound. Something wicked this way comes, says a voice at your feet. It is the little man again. He has followed you out of the cave. The sound is getting closer. You look up at the darkening sky, peering into the night in the hope that you might catch sight of whatever is making that noise. It must be some kind of animal. What's coming? You turn and ask your strange companion, but he has vanished. The sound is getting very loud now. It is more like screaming than screeching, and you cover your ears against the terrible din. You are filled with a dreadful fear and, not really knowing what you are doing, start to run. The trees press in on you from every side, while the noise is so loud now as if the whole sky is screaming. And then in the darkness you hit your head on a low branch. Oh god, there is more than 400 pages. Turn to 475.
Woohoo!
Could be a long one, which is good.
Oh my god, this is a long ass paragraph. It's not even a paragraph. You open your eyes slowly. Your head is aching. The bright sunlight isn't helping. Bright sunlight, but night was falling just a moment ago. What's going on? Where are you? Anyone know this passenger? Comes a voice from nearby. That was a nasty crack on the head. Thank the gods you're alright. Shame the same can't be said for your backpack. You feel this. We didn't have anything in our backpack.
Oh, true. That's alright.
You feel the splash of water on your face, and your vision comes into focus at last. You are in a longboat, and one of several passengers by the look of things. It wasn't a branch that hit you on the head, it was one of the oars. Lose 1 stamina point.
Oh.
As your vision clears, so does your mind, and suddenly you know where you are. Your journey began 12 days ago. Were we meant to move on a step for waking up in the morning?
I don't think so.
Because it was the day before. Let's see what happens. Your journey began 12 days ago. You left your home having saved enough to pay for the voyage eastward to the fabled kingdom of Salamonis. You must have to come to this page.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to do it because it said keep a track of your days, aren't we?
Yeah, but maybe it's not technically started yet.
Okay.
This feels like the intro to me.
Okay.
It might. If it doesn't tell us what day it is at the end of this page,
Okay.
We'll move on day.
Okay.
You left your home having saved enough money to pay for the voyage eastward to the fabled kingdom of Salomonis. This was a journey first by camel-drawn caravan across the windward plains and then aboard a fleet of cargo-bearing longboats moored on the Whitewater River.
Windward Plains. Can we see the Windward Plains on there? Yes, there.
Oh, nice.
So we've gone from there to where?
Whitewater. There, left. Whitewater River.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Perhaps it was a little foolhardy, travelling alone at your age. Indeed, you were almost tempted to turn back on the 7th day, as you left the plains and boarded one of the boats. In the confusion, your backpack and all its contents were lost, so good job we didn't pick up anything.
We might have picked up a sword and lost it.
Or perhaps stolen. You may never know the truth, but you hold out a faint hope that you will be reunited with your backpack and its contents once again. Perhaps it will turn up in Salomonis. The pack contains some personal items of sentimental value, in particular your favourite book, Longbeard's Legends of the Windward Plains. There was also a short sword given to you by your grandfather, a change of underwear, your mother insisted, a few personal mementos, and all the money you had in the world. Admittedly, it wasn't a lot, but you are now penniless. Your only remaining possessions are the clothes you are wearing, and you have had nothing to eat for 3 days. Your mother would weep to see you in such a state. But you were determined to reach your destination. After all, your father was firm that you should get yourself an education, and the city is famed throughout the world as a centre of learning. You were enchanted long ago by the tales of Salomonis and its great riches, which your beloved Uncle Bunkle would read to you from Longbeard's book. But since the book disappeared with your backpack, all you have left is your memories of these wonderful stories. Of course, you knew each tale from start to finish, the heroes, the creatures, the treasures and the dangers. But you wanted to see the places described within them for yourself, to follow your dream. For you, there was no turning back. Turn to page 27.
So we're actually on a quest to kill anything, or we're just trying to get an education, it seems.
Yeah.
And go to the city. What were you going to say?
Nothing. Turn to 27.
Oh. Turn to page 27.
So what day is it? It hasn't really told me yet.
Let's just write it down. 12 days from that day. Just in case we need it. It did say keep a track of your days.
Okay. So is that telling us to actually move on 12 days?
Let's see, yeah, because we were knocked out for 12 days, were we?
No. I think we read that. I think,
We've been journeying for 12 days.
I have no idea. I'm just going to put 12 days in brackets.
Okay.
Surely we've not been knocked out for 12 days. No.
Where was I?
27, I think it was.
Yes, that's right. Knocked out for 12 days, I think we'd be a vegetable by this point. Here we go. First picture of the day. So let's get into it first. It is mid-afternoon when you finally arrive in Whitewater Landing, Salomonis' west port. As the longboat slows and prepares to dock, the quay becomes a hive of activity. Miscellaneous wharf rat types appear from nowhere to attend the boats. Ragged porters bustle about on the gangplanks, offering to carry luggage into town, mend leaks or swab the decks. The stevedores are an unkempt lot, generally wearing well-used clothes and worn-out sandals. They busy themselves trying to find some way of making few coins from the new arrivals, enough to feed themselves or, more likely, enough to drown their sorrows in the nearest inn. Those who are not capable of physical work become beggars. Indeed, beggars on makeshift crutches are all around the docks. They are infuriatingly persistent, hopping awkwardly alongside their victims with non-stop jabber and pleading like swarm of stingflies. They have learned that if some victims are reluctant and do not make a donation straight away, just annoying them will usually get the same result in the end. You have no luggage, so you are grateful you do not have to deal with the porters. You disembark from the longboat along with your fellow travellers, a flatlands barbarian by the name of Nanok, and a rotund herbalist who goes by the name Healing Hands.
Nice.
No sooner are you standing on the quayside than a middle-aged man wearing voluminous robes hurries over to you. Would you be interested in a map of Salamonis? He asks. No visitor to our fine city would be without one. They are only one Sala coin each, after all. You explain that you lost your backpack on the way here and have no money to buy anything. How unfortunate, the man says, looking you up and down. You have an honest face, and never let it be said that Rusnik Ulson abandoned anyone in need. I mean, what sort of welcome would that be to the greatest city in all Alancia? So on this occasion, my information comes for free. A little local knowledge could prove invaluable, so what do you want to ask the man about Salomonis?
Ooh.
So I'm just going to show you the picture of us rocking up in the port here with all of these dudes. I think that's Healing Hands and the barbarian Nanok. Nani. So it says in the description, at the dockside, Nanok, the tall, strong arm, Rusnik Ulson, whose advice will be helpful, and Healing Hands, who has remedies for all ailments. So these are the questions that we can ask. Is it true the streets are paved with gold? I don't think you get anything from that. Where can someone new in the city find work? What coinage is used in Salamonis? We've just heard Sala coin anyway. Can you tell me more about the great centres of learning?
Sure, I read in like the back of the book, like 10 gold is, or 1 gold is 10.
Oh, really?
So something like that.
Okay.
Should we start by... Ooh. Who is in charge? Or where can we find some work? He might say go and ask at taverns, hopefully.
Let's try that then. Where can we find some work? Turn to page 97.
Yeah, because I'm sure we'll hear about all the rest.
It's like a gambling event or something and try and make some money, even though we don't have anything to start with.
We'll have to steal it. I would suggest you visit the Adventurers Guild as soon as possible.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah! The Guildmaster is a retired adventurer himself. He posts up any jobs that are going on a board outside the front entrance. However, you will want to make sure you keep far away from the King's tax collector, Odious Pinchpenny.
Tax collector?
Mr. Pinchpenny, yeah. He has a habit of taking a little extra for his own operating costs. Where will I find him, you ask? Don't worry, my friend, Rusnik says with a chuckle. He'll find you. What do you want to ask your new friend now? Is it true the streets are paved with gold?
Like
what coinage? Who's in charge?
Do you think we get to read all of these?
Hopefully.
Should we ask who's in charge?
Yeah, 250.
So we need to stay away from Odious Pinchpenny.
Odious Pinchpenny. I'm going to make a note.
Yeah, and we need to go to the Guildmaster. Did it say the Guildmaster's name?
I don't think it did.
So that's the Adventurers Guild. I hope it has some kind of job system. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to read the next page. Salomonis is the envy of every town and city-state of Alancia. Its current ruler, King Salaman, LV2. What does that mean?
Level 2?
He's level 2. I'm going to say level 2 from now on. King Salamon level 2 comes from a long line of wise rulers. The Salomon dynasty. He has been fair and just king who is truly loved by his people, and there have been no wars involving the city during his reign. He leans in conspiratorially and mutters under his breath, but some claim that he is too inward looking and has a result. Oh my god, I can't speak. Some claim he is too inward looking, and as a result, by his inaction, has allowed the Kragan Heights and the Trolltooth Pass to become overrun with orcs, goblins, and worse. But I am not one of those. He suddenly says loudly again, catching sight of an approaching city guard patrol. So maybe just write down Kragan Heights and Trolltooth Pass overrun with orcs.
Okay.
So it looks like they're the only two things we can maybe ask them.
Oh well, we know enough to get by.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Oh, we'll see. Page 290.
Salomonis' prosperity began 100 or so years ago in the reign of King Salomon III. Rusnik goes on. A lowly prospector named Gerrit Quich discovered a rich vein of pure silver in the hills to the north of Salamonis. The Great Silver Rush attracted treasure seekers from all over the continent. Many made their fortunes. Others lost their shirts. Salomonis didn't mind either way, as the prospectors needed to buy provisions and equipment for the journey to the mines. A permit system was quickly established to tax the prospectors whether they discovered any silver or not, and those permits weren't cheap. Unprecedented growth followed until King Salomon's mine became the largest silver mine in all Alancia. The kingdom's coffers swelled with its own silver coins, known as Salacoins, struck at the royal mint in a heavily guarded location within the royal keep. Turn to 323.
So there's loads of
So it's a
gold
rich,
up there.
it's a rich city, isn't it?
Yeah. At that moment, an elderly noblewoman and her entourage disembarked from a fine bark on the quayside, having an eye for a heavy tipper. Rusnik bids you good luck and farewell and bustles off to see if he can be of assistance to the noble women, waving a handful of maps to attract her attention. It's probably wise you leave Whitewater Landing area as soon as possible, but you're still curious about the docks and the people who make a living here. A makeshift marketplace has already sprung up and traders are bawling their wares to their customers, but what good is a market to you if you don't have any money? If you have a city map, turn to... How can you get a city map?
How the hell could we have got
Did he
a
not
city
give us...
map?
No, he just gave us information.
No. I wonder if we could have asked him something that he would have given us a map.
Maybe. If you have a city map, turn to 423. If not, turn to 454. So we don't, so 454.
You have two choices. You can either head into the city, turn to page 89, or explore the docks, hoping to find a way to make some money, legally or otherwise. Turn to 45.
Right, let's try and make some money, right?
On the docks? Isn't the docks where all the shady people are wandering around?
Yeah, but they can't steal anything from us.
True. They could kill us.
It's true, but we might be able to kill them.
Yeah.
So we might end up in jail here, but and we might pass some time and see how this whole system works out. There's just negative options, just in case. I'm just thinking about what choices we might have made here. So 454, 45. As you soon learn, this area is actually called the Boondocks, since the goods and visitors that arrive here are considered a boon to the city. They have all manner of hawkers peddling goods and costermongers, pushing their handcarts before them, crying bread, fish, and meat pies.
Ooh, meat pie.
Suddenly, you catch sight of a young urchin pushing his way through the crowd with a large backpack slung across his shoulders. Hang on, is that your backpack? You shout for the boy to stop, but instead he takes off into the mass of peddlers and their customers who are crowding the quayside. You set off in pursuit, but soon lose him in the throng, only to run slap bang into a pair of burly guards wearing helmets and breastplates bearing the arms of Fort Authority. Oi, snapped the taller of the two. Look where you're going. Now's your chance. If you want to, you could try reporting the loss of your backpack to the guards, turn to 337. If you just want to apologise and get out of their way quickly as possible, turn to 367. I don't feel like they're going to help us, are they?
I think the kid will have got long gone by the time we've explained anyway.
So, should we just apologise and move on?
Yeah.
367.
One day those bully boys will get what's coming to them, comes a gruff voice from behind you. You turn to see one of your companions from the longboat standing there. It is Nanok the barbarian. They wouldn't treat a strong arm like that, that's for sure. There is no doubting Nanok's profession. With a powerful physique and short temper, this mountain of man strikes an imposing figure on the dockside, but his presence makes you feel slightly less anxious. You're sure that if you could tag along with him, you wouldn't run into any more trouble, and so you start to make small talk with the barbarian, asking him whether he is pleased to be in Salomonis. For the last 5 years I have worked as a strong arm and risen to the rank of captain, he tells you. My travels have taken me to the four corners of Alancia. When I was younger, I enjoyed the excitement of new sights, new places, new people, but now I just want an easier life. I have seen little of my wife Tabitha. It's time to settle down, perhaps start a family. Salomonis is my home. I promised Tabitha that after the last job, I wouldn't take on any more strong arm work. You're just starting out in the world, and the barbarian is looking to retire.
Bring him with us. He'll be fine.
He can't. He's wanting to settle down and start a family with Tabitha. Which way are you headed? He asks. If you're looking for adventure, you'll be wanting the Adventurers Guild. Really? How will you reply? Yes, I'm heading to the Adventurers Guild, or no, I'm going to look for some work here at the boondocks.
Continue on down the boondocks and try and get our backpack and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like
is that going to take us straight to the guild and then...
I feel like we're going to end up at the Adventurers Guild to get a quest anyway for the main story.
Yeah.
Boondocks?
Let's go to the boondocks.
Let's do it. Let's continue down this path.
4:10. Why didn't we should have just run after the kid.
Yeah, there's no option for it. You find a vantage point which gives you an unobstructed view of the boondocks. Squabbles are taking place between the porters now. The work is almost done. Watching from a distance, you spy a youngster trying to pick the pocket of one of the new arrivals, but he fumbles the job. The visitor grabs him by the wrist and pulls him in. He whips out a knife and holds it up to the boy's throat. In a panic, a man whom you imagine is the boy's father arrives. He apologises profusely for his son's misdemeanour and persuades the visitor to release him. Presumably, he is promising that the boy will be suitably punished. Reluctantly, the angry victim agrees. He doesn't want to spend the rest of his days at the guardhouse, and so the situation diffuses. Elsewhere, you see 3 one-legged beggars engaged in a serious argument. They are hopping about, screaming at each other, using their crutches as makeshift clubs with which they bash their fellows. You can only imagine what they are arguing about. Keeping their balance soon becomes an issue. It's not long before all 3 men are sitting on the ground exhausted. Their argument forgotten, but witnessing their squabble gives you an idea. If you want to try begging for yourself to make some money, turn to 3 4 1. If you don't want to do this, turn to 89.
No, because everyone's doing it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much. And it's probably dishonourable. Not like we have any honour anyway, but...
Yeah, I don't think you can actually get it below 0, but...
I wonder if he would have got some honour in the cave somehow earlier.
Maybe.
And lost it here, so should we...
I wouldn't do that, but you might.
No, I don't think we'd get much, to be honest.
89?
Yeah.
An imposing and insurmountable stone wall surrounds the city, which has done a good job of keeping aggressors out in the past. You head away from the docks, through the imposing Gate of the Moon, and into the Grand Parade. As you pass through the gate, your jaw drops and you gasp. The port area felt wild and dangerous, not quite what you were expecting from the stories you had been told about Salamonis. But once within the gate, the city's fine architecture is awe-inspiring. If you have a trinket, turn to TT9. If not, turn to 99.
We just got that from begging, didn't we?
Yeah, possibly.
So we don't have that, so turn to page 99. Already there's...
If we die, we're doing totally opposite.
Yeah. There's so many choices that are different though.
Yeah.
Travelling eastwards along the Grand Parade, you pass a number of groups of locals engrossed in their own conversations. As you pass them, you offer a friendly smile, but most ignore you. Those who do acknowledge you give you an unwelcoming scowl in return. The Grand Parade, which is known as the Golden Way, is a magnificent avenue as befits such a wealthy kingdom. Golden Way is the main road through the centre of the city. It is cobbled and lined with statues of grand elders of Salomonis, past and present. The shops you see lining the road here sell luxury items such as exotic cooking spices and beautiful ladies' gowns. But the most wonderful feature is not even apparent, in fact. That is what makes it so special. Whilst lesser towns consider an open sewer, cleansed by rainwater, to be quite an advancement beyond the dig and bury home latrine, the sewer in Salomonis is totally hidden away underground. No splashing, no unpleasant smells, no unfortunate accidents resulting in someone falling into an active sewer. On top of that, the sewer is large enough for a man to stand up in, which could prove of a military use in an emergency. A most ingenious idea by King Salomon Level 2. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch sight of a gaunt-looking figure hobbling away down the side street. But what has attracted your attention is the fact that he is carrying a backpack that looks very similar to yours. There must be many adventurers in a place like Salomonis, all carrying their own packs, but if there is a chance it could be yours, surely you have to investigate. If you want to set off down the side street after the skinny man turns to 72, he'd rather keep heading along the Grand Parade turn to 54. Let's check him out.
Even though there's nothing really in our bag. Oh no, there's a sword, isn't there?
There's the book, or like nostalgic
Storybook.
given to us by Uncle Bunkle.
I think you remember that.
How could I forget?
Uncle Bunkle. Oh no. You turn off on the Golden Way into the shaded side street. It does not take long for the man to realise he is being followed, and despite his limp, he starts to quicken his step and disappears around a corner ahead of you before you can catch up with him. Reaching the entrance to the twisting alleyway, you can see neither hide nor hair of the man, and to set off at a run, hoping to catch up with him around the next corner. It is as you are picking up the pace that you trip, your foot catches on a loose cobblestone.
What?
You are sent sprawling in the dirt and graze your knees and bang at your elbows. Lose 2 stamina points. That's the equivalent. That's 2 stamina points. It's like getting slashed with a sword.
Right, so we're down to 5 stamina.
Oh no. And we have no foods.
Yeah, so not looking good, but...
Picking yourself up again, you hobble along the alleyway but can see no sign of the man with the backpack. Seeing as how you have no other choice, you return to the main thoroughfare.
It's pointless.
Everything we've done so far has been pointless.
Yeah. This book is teaching us not to just stick our nose in everything we see.
Yeah.
But next time around we won't have to, so... The Grand Parade leads all the way to the Royal Palace, but before it gets there, it opens out into a square packed with stalls which are shutting up for the day. This is Salomonis' famous bazaar. Surrounding the square are inns and shops and a rather dilapidated building that looks like a cross between a temple and a tavern. Above the door hangs a sign in the shape of a shield, bisected by a sword. This must be the Adventurers Guild. The sun is sinking behind the rooftops to the west, casting long shadows across the market square. There is a board outside the guild house displaying the jobs that are currently available. However, in large red letters at the bottom of the board are the words "Only open to guild members." Adventurers, permits, 2 gold pieces. Clearly, if you want to become an adventurer in Salamonis, it's going to cost you. The heavy iron-bound door to the guild house is closed, and by the orange glow of the setting sun you see that a sign has been hung on the door that reads "Closed. Come back tomorrow." You try the door, but it is clearly locked and bolted from the inside. Banging on the door does not do any good either. Can you read? You turn to see it is one of the stall holders who is packing up for the day and is addressing you. You tell him that you have travelled from your home to Salomonis with the intention of making your way in the world as an adventurer. Ah, that explains it, mutters the man. Although you are not sure quite what it explains exactly. Look, you can't just rock up here and call yourself an adventurer. You have to join the guild first, but that'll cost you. If it's a job you're after, Pig Boy Snouter's always hiring at the Slime and Swine Guttery. You'll find his place outside the west gate.
What's he called? Pig Boy Snouter?
Pig Boy Snouter, and it's called the Slime and Swine Guttery.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, so we're going to be chopping up piggies probably.
No!
You got that?
Yeah.
You thank the man for his advice and decide what to do. Choose an option from the list below if you haven't tried already. Will you make your way to the Slime and Swine Guttery, explore the docks, ask the stall holder if he is hiring at the present?
He isn't hiring. Should we go to the Slime and Swine?
Let's go straight there and make some monies, yeah?
Yeah. Or do you think if we ask him, we might learn something?
Let's do that. Knock
Yeah.
it off, yeah. Knock it off the list.
Oh no. You need a permit from the Tradesmen's Guild to work in the bazaar, the man tells you. You got one of those? You shake your head. I didn't think so. You walk away I can't say that.
Consolately?
Disconsolately. It feels like you need a permit to do anything in Salomonis, but permits cost money and your life savings were in your backpack, along with all your worldly possessions. What's the matter, friend? The voice belongs to a lean man, dressed in fine clothes that have nonetheless seen better days. He has a curling moustache on his top lip, a goatee on his chin, and a twinkle in his eye. Turn to 194.
Let's make some money, baby. 194.
Is it the twinkle in his eye?
Yeah, we're going to be his bitch for the night. 194.
What's the matter, sugar?
Rent boys. 194, did I say?
Yes.
You look like a handsome chap. You look like an honourable chap, he says, putting his arm around your shoulders. I mean, you've got a honest face. I'm surprised to see someone like you in an impecunious state. You didn't realize you were in an impecunious state. You thought Salamonis was a kingdom. You need to earn some Sala coins. Then Rodriguez is your man. But why work for a living when you can grift? Grifting is far easier. You don't have to take insults or deals with angry men. What's grifting, you ask? Sounds a bit dodgy. It's only dodgy if you get caught. Rodriguez replies, lowering his voice, and I never get caught. The two of you sit down on a bench nearby and Rodriguez tells you what he has in mind.
Yes.
We start at the nearest inn, right? Inns mean ale, and ale means marks. Marks are what we're looking for. People who have had a skinful already, who are not as alert as they were earlier in the day, and we're going to use them to entertain the whole inn. If you want to go along with Rodriguez and try your hand at grifting, turn to 52. If you think this sounds a little too dubious an activity and that you should leave Rodriguez to work his contracts alone, turn to 226. We have no honour to lose.
We don't. You just want to get inside.
I want to start grifting these blokes in the pub.
No, you get grifting.
I think we should do it anyway, because if this works out really bad, at least we'll know.
Yeah, go on.
52, let's get grifting.
Grifting with Rodriguez.
That's the one.
I mean, he's dressed finely.
Because he's a con man.
The inn is just around the corner, says Rodriguez. As you make the turn into Half-Dan Lane, you can hear a raucous crowd chattering and laughing a short distance ahead. You squint to read the sign hanging outside the inn. What's this? You snort. The Half-Dan Sock? What kind of name is that for an inn, and why only half-darned? Ah, yes, replies Rodriguez. There's a history behind this particular hostelry.
Hostelry?
It's the oldest one in Salomonis. However, our present need is cash, and a drunken crowd like this is easy to grift from. As you open the heavy wooden door and enter the inn, the noise from inside is deafening. The place is heaving. It's not as though you've suddenly come across a fighting... It's as though you've suddenly come across a fighting bear pit mid-bout. You can hardly hear yourself think. It seems something special arrived with the longboats, and now everyone is celebrating. Show the picture.
Basically, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, look at this dude. It's always like this after the longboats arrive, Rodriguez yells over the noise. The sailors take their wages and go straight off to the nearest inn. Often they drink or gamble away the lot in only a few hours, to the despair of their wives and children. By the entrance, a heated argument has broken out between a staggering half-elf and a woozy sailor. The dispute has progressed from harsh words to pushing and shoving, and it is all about who's entitled to sit on a wooden stool that has become vacant. But now the two of them have progressed to fisticuffs, and their jostling is starting to annoy the customers. A shrill whistle pierces the air. Almost immediately, a burly strong arm appears to break up the fight. He picks up both the miscreants by their collars and throws them out into the street. They look at each other quizzically. What right did this strong arm have to manhandle them, and so roughly? The pair curse him and vow they will get their own back on the barbarian, but they have completely forgotten what their argument was all about. The sailor offers to buy the half-elf a mug of ale. The two re-enter the inn, smiling now and with their arms around each other's shoulders.
Oh, nice.
Quite a few sailors will be going home to their wives empty-handed, Rodriguez says. And that's where we come in.
We go round to their wives' house.
No. They're going to spend all their Sala coins on drinking or gambling away. Anyway, we just need to make sure some of it comes our way. Here, let me buy you an ale and I'll explain what we're going to be doing. You find a table and I'll get the drinks in.
Maybe we can con him and take the beers and run. Wednesday, that must be my day.
Wednesday.
Yeah, this is these days we don't really know what they mean just yet, but I imagine you're not far off in what you're saying.
As you squeeze through the crowd, looking for somewhere to sit, you notice a coin on the floor. If you want to pick it up, turn to 246. If you'd rather ignore it, turn to 316.
Right, we're going to get into a bar fight probably, but
yeah.
I think we should be dishonourable until we get some honour.
We've got nothing to our name. We're going to try and pick this coin up. It's going to definitely be on a string.
Gold coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
246.
Here we go.
Keep thinking that is a American football helmet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of looks like our inventory then.
Yeah.
So 246. It is a silver Sala coin. No one appears to be looking for it, so
Yes.
what do you want to do? Try and find the rightful owner and return the coin, which it's only one coin. We can't buy anything with one coin. If we return it, we might get some honor, which probably said
Okay.
in the rule book when we read it before we streamed. It said that your honor or your honor is more valuable than currency.
It did, yes.
So we can find the rightful owner and return the coin, give it to Rodriguez, or keep it for yourself.
Why would we give it to Rodriguez? Because he's buying us a beer.
Yeah, you might get another round in. Wednesday is always the day after chili night. Curry night for us. So,
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
should we try and return it to its rightful owner and see if we can get some honor or something?
Yeah, but is Rodriguez gonna be like, what are you doing? Probably, but we don't know this guy.
Yeah, and we might be leaving him very shortly anyway,
Yeah.
so let's do that. Let's try and find the rightful owner and be good people, and hopefully we get some honor. That's the only reason we are doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so 274. Hope you're well, by the way, Colonel.
Not too windy. You ask around to see whether anyone has lost a silver coin.
Everyone's
Obviously, everyone in the half-dance sock claims it's theirs, but in the end, you give it to the landlord, who promises to return it to its rightful owner. Whether he actually fulfills his promise,
what a waste.
or just pockets the cash himself, you will never know. But he does offer you a bed for the night for your honesty in handing over the Sala coin.
honest.
Yes. You're a bit stressed, Kayla.
Oh no, what's up?
I hope you're not. Yeah, I hope you're less stressed very soon.
We will try and help you with our really bad choice.
Watch us drink. Feeling exhausted after the day's exploits, you head upstairs to find your room. Rodriguez, meanwhile, needs to keep grifting. He has a wife and 6 children to support, after all.
Long night.
Or so he says. Wait, we haven't done any grifting.
No, we're going straight to bed. Hopefully we got some,
Sick.
let's get some stamina.
Let's go grifting.
I think this is like real life. It's like we just didn't come to sleep really early.
Yeah.
436. Although it's not the nicest room, nor the most comfortable bed, you sleep as well as if you were staying at the royal palace. You wake up suitably refreshed and return to face whatever the day may bring. Turn to 86, so we don't get anything. And we would assume we've changed day now.
Yeah, see, I don't actually know.
It said keep track of it. So
When did it say keep track of it?
in the rules somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't get the whole 12-day thing.
I think it's been 12 days since we started the journey. I don't know. I thought it said 12 days had passed, but surely not.
I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what day it is.
No one has been here since the start, I don't think. Check the routes really
in
quick.
here.
Oh, we started on Storm's Day, and
It hadn't been 12 days. It was 12 days since we set off on
yeah.
a quest.
So let's just say 1 day's passed. Let's go to Storm's Day. Let's go to the next day from now.
Oh, okay. You know what then, right? We were in the cave on Storm's Day.
Yeah.
Then we fell asleep when it was night. We got knocked out. Woke up on Moon's Day, and now we've slept till Fire Day. So I think it's Fire Day.
Okay, let's just go to Friday and see what happens. Because
Thank you so much, Gizmotronic.
thanks, Gizmotronic. So
Book will tell you what day it is later on in your
should we just
adventure.
assume we're staying on this day?
Yeah, I think that is the day you start on.
Thank you, really appreciate that, and
Yeah.
good to see you as well. Thanks. It'll become clearer tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Love that.
Really appreciate that.
Okay, 86. Is it Maigo or Yoga?
My God, I think.
He just saved us a whole world of pain.
Yeah, we could be on like 12 days. We'd be on the 13th day by now. You might not have been in Salomonis long, but what you have learned is that anybody who wants to become an adventurer can take on any officially listed quest has to become a member of the Adventurers Guild first. It's a new day, and the bright morning sunlight fills you with a renewed sense of optimism. You soon find your way to the Adventurers Guild on Market Square, next to the bazaar. The building might be in need of a few repairs, There are tiles missing from the roof and a couple of broken window panes, but its pillared entrance and sturdy iron-bound oak doors still speak of a faded grandeur. Grandeur? How do you say that word? Grandeur.
I don't know.
In some ways, it reminds you of a grizzled veteran adventurer. The guild is open for business, and as you approach the entrance, your eye is drawn to the quest board outside. Pinned to the bottom board is a curl of parchment for 3 words written in a neat calligraphic script. Found. One backpack. Could it be your missing backpack? You enter the guild house at a run, your heart hammering in your chest. You find yourself in a large room that seems to be full of hard-bitten adventuring types. Flatland barbarians, salty sea dogs from the Skull Coast, half-elves from the Forest of Yore, dwarves from Stonebridge, and even black-clad warriors swathed in loose-fitting black robes from Chiang Mai, discussing everything from the price of throwing knives in Silverton to the whereabouts of the lost city in the Desert of Skulls, and rumours of a war brewing between the rival sorcerers. 2 rival sorcerers. You approach at the counter on the far side. Standing behind is an elderly gentleman with a warm smile and a twinkle in his eye. Here we go again. And what can I do for you, he asks. I saw you had a backpack handed in and I thought it might be mine, you say. You then proceed to tell him how you came to lose it in the first place. When you finish your story, the guildmaster says, How do I know what you say is true? You could be a scammer trying to claim something that doesn't belong to you. Can you tell me what was in it? You rattle off a list of contents, a few personal mementos, a short sword, spare underwear. Did your mum write your name in them? The guildmaster laughs. Your money bag and a copy of Longbeard's Legends of the Windward Plains. Sounds like it could be yours, says the man. But are you prepared to put your money where your mouth is? You need to pay 1 gold piece if you want me to release it to your custody. This is outrageous. You are having to pay to get your own pack back. But it doesn't seem like you have any choice. If you have at least 1 gold piece or the equivalent, turn to 1 way. If you don't have the required fee, turn to 107. So, we should have been selfish. I had the same head scratcher with my first time around. Yeah, it's because it says to keep like a track of it, and there's already been a few mentions of like different days and stuff. So it's quite confusing.
So we don't have the required fee. So let's turn to
107. When you were but a twinkle in the eye of the man who you met your mother.
Yeah.
And packed our dirty spare underwear.
Your quest to become an adventurer would seem to have been doomed from the start. Test your luck. Here we go.
Oh god,
If you are lucky, turn to 197. If you are unlucky, turn to 217.
2 dice?
Yes.
Whoa, you start off at 6 luck and you've got a...
Yeah, I know.
Okay. 2.
Oh, God. Yes! Okay, so take 1 luck off.
Okay.
And we are going to 197.
I think if we do die, we're going to have to find a way to speed through some of this, because a lot of them are very heavy paragraphs.
I feel like they're heavy to start with because it's getting us into...
Yeah, so we'll have to find a way to speed through next time. So what page are you on?
197. Another very long paragraph.
Seeing how upset you are, the guildmaster takes pity on you and hands you the pack. After all, I can't have it cluttering the place any longer, he says with feigned annoyance. You are delighted to be reunited with the canvas rucksack at last, and unpack it there in the middle of the guild house, just to make sure nothing has gone missing. Add the following items to your equipment. So let's get an equipment going.
Let's get a stash.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Add the following items to your equipment. A short sword.
Yeah.
Spare clothes.
Yeah.
A purse containing 12 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah. Are we counting that? Yeah, 12 gold. Yeah.
Yep.
And a copy of Longbeard's Legends of the Windward Plains. Add 1 point to your luck score and 1 point to your Amanor score. There we go. So our luck is back up to 6. And we have a Amanor point of 1.
And 12 gold.
And 12 gold, which... Didn't you say Salamonis coins are different to gold coins?
Yeah, I think... I thought gold was worth more, but I might be wrong.
I hope there's a conversion rate
there
when we go to the shop. I guess autumn has begun for you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's suddenly got really cold in the last
2 days. It's been super cold.
Where were we? So I should probably finish this first. Okay.
Were you halfway through?
Oh, not even half. If you want to join the Adventurers Guild, you need to talk to me, for I am Jeskin Stovik, the Guildmaster.
Oh.
He explains that it will cost you 2 gold pieces and that will give you an adventurer's permit, which means you can take any of the jobs posted on the Queen's board outside the guild house. You can also use the permit to prove your credentials to any potential employer, such as a priestess wanting someone to find some magical fungi for her in the Moonstone Hills, or a merchant who's looking to hire guards for his caravan travelling to Chalice. But you look like you're new to this game, he says, giving you the once-over. If I were you, I'd get some training before setting yourself up as a sword for hire. Without having to be asked twice, you hand over the money to the guild. You hand over them. Oh, we've got 12 gold pieces.
Yeah.
To the guild master, and he writes out a permit for you. Deduct 2 gold pieces from the adventurer's permit to your equipment list.
Adventurer's permit?
Yes. If you want to ask the guild master for his advice regarding where to train, turn to 127. If you'd rather set out on your quest straight away and prove yourself as an adventurer, turn to 3.
Oh, I want to go. You want to train.
Let's train. Come on, we need it. We need it. 127, and I'll take that gold off. I think I pressed a weird button then. There you go. 10 gold pieces. Better than 0.
What do you suggest, you ask? Well, Salomonis' Palace of Learning houses King Solomon's famous library. Oh, I wonder if time passes. What book was it where you could train places?
That was Fabled Lands. We went to the library.
As well
as like 6 months.
Yeah, as well as containing books on myths, legends, and monsters, there are also treatises about advanced fighting methods. Although nothing beats actual physical training when it comes to swordplay, he says. Oren Flintforge will teach you all he knows about tricks and traps. That must be where you get the special skill. Yeah. For a fee of 3 gold pieces, right here at the guild. And I've heard tell that the Temple of Logan teaches skills that, by rights, it shouldn't be possible to teach. I wonder what
would that be? World law? Charisma?
Spelling. These all sound intriguing, but perhaps you've already met someone since arriving in Salamonis who could help train you. If you think you have, turn to 110. Oh, what about the barbarian dude?
We've got the barbarian, and we've got Hans Healing, who can train us in... What does it say?
So, so we can visit the halls of learning, train with Oren Flintforge at the guild, visit the Temple of Logan, or set off on your first
I think we might get
quest.
a better deal if we try and speak to the people we met at the docks.
Or what, are we just setting off on our quest?
Yeah, because it's assuming that we remember who they are.
Don't you want to learn anything, though?
No, I feel like this. I feel like this would be the better option.
Really?
For a first try, yeah. We're going to be learning stuff from the people that we met at the docks.
How do you know?
Because it's a guess, isn't it? It's like if you think you know, and we know that there's 3 people at the docks. I think we should try this.
Okay.
Let's face it, we're going to die at some point. If you think you have, turn to 110. God. What have you learned since arriving in Salamonis? Do any of the following mean anything to you? The Forester's Spiders, Ben Boy, or the Half-Darn Sock? So the Half-Darn Sock is...
Yeah, that's the only... Are we going to meet that guy? Rodriguez.
Possibly. So that's the only thing we know, so 242.
Yeah, and he's going to teach us the bad ways.
Oh, he's going to teach us...
Grifting.
Charisma.
Oh, maybe. You return to the Half-Darn Sock and ask if anyone knows where Rodriguez is, but it turns out he's already moved on. However, it doesn't take you long to track him down in the bazaar, where he has found himself another couple of marks, but this time the trick he's trying to pull involves a lost coin. Why is it in?
Because he's tricking him. There is no lost coin.
Oh, okay. Having fleeced his new friends for a handful of Sala coins each, he puts an arm around your shoulders and leads you off through the market. Well, I see your fortunes have picked up since we last spoke, he says, so what can I do for you? You tell him you'd like to learn more about grifting. Very well, he says. First lesson was for free, but from here on out, you're going to have to pay. How much, you ask? 3 gold
He's grifting
pieces,
us.
he says, the sparkle back in his eyes. Make a note on your adventure sheet that if you later want to learn what Rodriguez can teach you about grifting, and you can afford the required 3 gold pieces, turn to 452. But for now, return to 110.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I don't have the whistle.
So, we do want Rodriguez to teach
So,
you.
do we just write 452?
Make a note that if you later want to learn, yes, so 452, and I'll put in brackets 3 gold.
Yeah.
Grifting.
Should we learn it now?
Can you do it now? It says, but for now, return to 110.
Well, it says you can turn to that. Oh, for now. Another confusing question.
It says for now, return to 110 though.
Yeah, okay. All
I
right.
do want to learn it now. Make a note in your adventure sheet that if you later want to learn what. Yeah, so maybe let's just do what the book tells us.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
turn to 110? 110?
Yes.
Okay. If none of the above mean anything to you, turn to 115. I might as well read the next one because that was 1 second long. So now we're asked again, what do you want to do now? Choosing something you haven't tried already, will you visit the halls of learning, train with Oren Flint Forge at the guild, visit the Temple of Logan? What was it, the Temple of Logan again?
They were going to teach us something that shouldn't be able to be taught or
Okay.
something.
Set off on your first quest. Right, so...
Oren Flint Forge, was he the traps guy? I think he was.
Yeah.
When do we get to learn about the grifting then?
That's what I don't
Should we do
understand.
it now?
Yeah, let's try it now, because it's giving us the page.
What I'll do is I'll make a note of 110.
Yeah. I think it's probably if you don't have the coin left. And
No,
it's
it says if you can afford it. Make a note.
Okay, let's see what happens anyway. Okay, do you want to read it? Or is it my turn?
I don't think it was 452, wasn't it? It was 452, not 425. I just read that, like, what?
I didn't even read it. Rodriguez is still working at the bazaar when you catch up with him again, so you want to learn some more tricks. On the grifting side, do you? The grifting trade, do you? He says, have you got the money? You hand over 3 gold pieces, deduct that amount from your adventure sheet, and become Rodriguez's apprentice. You watch as he charms his way into people's lives and then relieves them of their money. He performs tricks with cards and coins, and even with riddles. Then it's your turn to try. Within a couple of weeks, you've swelled the contents of your money bag once more.
Can we deduct our gold?
Yeah, so let's get rid of that first. So we are down to 7 gold.
7 gold.
Yeah, it's probably going to go up again soon because it just said we're swelling. Roll 1 die and add 6. This is the total number of Salacoins you have made. So do you want to roll this?
So, do we need a gold and a Salacoin?
Oh.
We may do, mayn't we? Mightn't we?
No, here we go. Right,
Okay.
so roll 1 die and add 6. This is the total number of still.
Fuck.
Wow. Okay, just write down 7 Salacoins then.
Will it not be 8?
No,
okay.
You write 7 Salacoins. So we have 7 Salacoins now.
Okay.
Roll 1 die again. This is the. Do you want me to roll this one?
Yeah.
This is the number of gold pieces you have made. So this is gold.
Okay.
Record your ill-gotten gains on your adventure sheet. So let's do this first. So we've got 5 gold. So that takes us up to 12 gold.
Yes. So we need a separate one for Salacoins.
Yeah, we'll do that next time.
Okay.
Okay, so add that to your adventure sheet. Lastly, roll 1 die for a 3rd time. Do that first. Okay, so you roll the 3rd die. 4. Divide that number by 2.
2.
Rounding fractions up.
2.
2. This number between 1 and 3
Yes.
is the number of Amanor points you have gained during your time training with the con artist.
Yeah.
So
So we're up to 3 Aminor points.
Oh, good. Okay, that was really confusing.
Like kids' book.
I was reading like
both struggling.
one word at a time. I was like, what is
Do you think we should put a smaller number next to gold? And have that as, like, you know, just to the bottom right of the actual pile of coins, and that can be our Sala coins.
Yeah, go on then. Okay. We'll make it a different color as well.
Silver.
Copy. Yeah, the silver makes sense. Okay, gold. Down here?
Yeah.
Down this side?
No, to the right.
There's not much space down there.
Make it smaller.
Okay, this is our Sal. You're not gonna be able to see it.
We can see it though.
Yeah, but the viewers can't. That's more
Okay.
important. So this is our Sala coin score now, and let's make that silver.
Oh, that's definitely visible. Yeah, that's fine.
Right, I don't know where silver is.
That'll do.
This will have to do. So we have how many Sala coins?
We have 7 Sala coins. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we got 7 Sala coins. Right. So where am I? Record these in the appropriate box in your adventure sheet and tick off the charisma special skill. So we do have a special skill now. So where are we? We have charisma. So we can use that, I'm guessing, to get money out of people. If you're in possession of the holy symbol, turn to page 4. If not, turn to 469.
469.
Yo, Easy Lee, how you doing?
Hey.
Good to see you, man. Have you ever played any of these when you were younger?
Or older.
Yeah, true.
Oh. The streets of Salamonis are busier than you've ever seen them. It is the 10th day of the month of winds and the holy day of Libra. The priests of her temple are parading through the city, carrying a statue of the goddess of justice and truth before them. She is depicted as a beautiful woman holding a pair of scales. You pause for a few minutes to watch the procession. While you are standing there, an excited young woman wearing the grey robes of Libra's worshippers approaches you and pins a holy symbol in the form of a pair of scales to your tunic.
Okay.
You have
Hand of the King style.
not quite.
Isn't it not like a... No, that's a finger.
It's a sword, isn't it?
It's a hand, isn't it?
Or is it just a finger?
It's just one thing, yeah.
You are filled with a euphoric feeling that the goddess is watching over you herself. Gain 1 luck point, 1 Aminor point.
Well, we can't add a luck point because we're at max.
Oh, yeah.
So our Aminor is up to 4.
Yeah, and add the holy symbol to your adventure sheet, which I will do.
Okay. Not bad hanging a bit. Just chilling. Did you go out last night, or have you just been hitting the booze hard in the house? Hope you're both good. Yeah, we're doing well, thank you. It's weekend for us, so always good when it's the weekend.
Long weekend.
It's a long weekend as well, yeah.
Turn to 115, and we have the holy symbol in our...
Okay, so how could you have gone that earlier?
I don't know.
Oh, because we could have turned to that page at any point, couldn't we? We turned there when we decided to go there. What do you want to do now? Choosing something you haven't tried already. Will you visit the halls of learning, train with Oren Flintforge at the guild, visit the Temple of Logan?
What was the halls of learning?
I don't know, but I feel like that's probably...
Or should we train with Oren Flintforge?
Let's say we get a skill from each of these. Halls of learning is probably spelling. The Flintforge is probably going to be brawling, maybe.
Yeah.
And
no, but he was trapped, wasn't he?
Okay, so maybe the Temple of Logan is. So should we make a roll for it?
Yeah. What? 1 to 2 for the halls.
Yes, let's do that.
3 to 4 for Oren.
So we're using 2 dice? No, 1 dice.
No, 1 dice. You can roll for this one.
Okay, so yeah, if we roll a 1 to 2, Hall of Learning. 3 to 4, going to the Flintforge. 5 to 6, we're going to the Temple of Logan, because we're not going to choose the first quest. So here we go. Too much run with games last night. Oh no, what did you have? And what were you playing? 2, so we're going to the Halls of Learning. Page 15.
We might learn something good here, though.
Yeah, this is like the whole objective we were actually going for, wasn't it?
No, we were going to be an adventurer. The halls of learning are made up of several impressive and ornate edifices, which look as much like a palace as the royal seat of King Salomon himself. You approach the grand gated entrance, where you are met by a porter who leads you to an audience chamber within. There you wait in line with the other people, hoping to visit the king's famous library or to be admitted to the College of Damascus this day. Half an hour later, you find yourself standing before a tall lectern. Standing behind it is an equally tall man with a bald, liver-spotted head and wearing the purple robes of a clerk of Damascus. Name, he demands, peering at you through a pair of pince-nez glasses perched on the end of his aquiline nose. You tell him, and the scholar...
Aquiline nose, I can picture
What does that mean? Is that like long and thin?
Like Voldemort.
Aquiline. What's an aqueduct? Long and thin, maybe.
I don't know. We'll Google it afterwards.
It's probably the total opposite. You tell him, and the scholar makes a note of it in a huge ledger that rests on the lectern in front of him. Purpose of visit: I wish to study here and unlock the secrets of King Solomon's library. Are you sure? The gaunt man says, looking you up and down, an unimpressed scowl on his face. You look more like a farmhand to me, maybe a warrior at a push. But it takes all sorts, I suppose. If you wish to be admitted to the halls of learning, you must make an offering of 4 gold pieces to the library coffers and prove your worth as a student. Are you prepared to do that? If you're willing to pay 4 gold pieces to be admitted to the halls of learning as a novice scholar, turn to 286. If not, turn to 115.
So we're going to be getting a student loan here, which may not pay off in the end.
Thing is, I have a horrible feeling this is going to pass time and we're not going to be able to do the other things. But 4 gold, it's a big payment and we might get a big reward.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking like knowledge is probably more important in the story, and it even said learn the secrets of the King Salomon's library. Well, it's the secrets of Salamonis. I think we should do this and just do this one out. Just a bunch of multiplayer stuff via Parsec, then Jackbox. Oh, Jackbox is always really fun. Yeah, I haven't played Jackbox in ages.
No.
Yeah, we had a really funny time playing that. So
I'll have to stream some Jackbox sometime.
Well, I'm assuming you guys play it over in Discord, so maybe we should jump on sometime. You guys ever seen Ghost Ship? A weird, cheesy horror movie. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I love Ghost Ship.
Have I seen Ghost Ship? Is that where it's close? Is there like a wire in it?
Yeah, that's the very first scene.
Yeah, I think I've seen Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship's quite good. I quite like Ghost Ship. It's very... Man of Medan definitely was inspired by it. Right, so...
Should we pay 4 gold?
Let's do it.
We're gonna be students.
Yep, here we go. This is it. Time is going to pass. 3 years are going to pass and we're going to have no skills.
286. We're going to be settled down with Rodriguez and his 6 kids.
We might be able to charm our tutor with our charisma.
Our charisma.
286. I love Gartic phone. What's Gartic phone?
I read that as garlic phone.
I did at first, actually. Yeah. 286. You hand over the money, deduct 4 gold pieces, and now prove your worth as a scholar, declaims the clerk and Damascus. What's this? You thought you would have to... Where was I? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you just made a snake noise in my ear, like fucking the snake from Harry Potter.
It was cool.
What's this? You thought you would have to prove yourself through studies. You did not realise you were going to have your credentials tested here and now on the spot. But before you can protest, the clerk says, the halls of learning will raise the glory of Damascus, deity of learning and sorcery. He is one of the greater gods of Titan and a member of the Hall of the Mind. But according to Damascus tradition, who are his parents, how will you answer?
Well, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's like a narrative telephone, but you draw stuff on a website. Is this from Jackbox?
Oh, that sounds ace.
Yeah, remember what happened last time I had to make an idea?
No, it's not good. That's not good. It's got to stay off stream.
Maybe we'll tell you that story. It was quite funny. It's okay, so the halls of learning were raised to the glory of Damascus, deity of learning and sorcery. He is one of the greater gods of Titan and a member of the Hall of the Mind. But according to Hamaskian tradition, who are his parents? How will you answer? Logan, the trickster, and Libra, the goddess of justice and truth. Titan, the father of the world, and Galantica, goddess of the sun. Atlan, the messenger of gods, and Sinla, goddess of luck and fate. So this is probably going to be one of the questions we were supposed to know earlier.
Yeah, but we haven't. So we've heard of Logan
Yeah.
and Libra in the last few pages.
Yeah. And he is someone who trains people here, so...
I have a feeling it's... Wait, what's the third one? Atlan, the messenger of the gods, and Sinla, the goddess of luck and fate. Oh, I'm leaning towards that one, but just because we've heard of Logan and Libra recently.
He's the deity of learning and sorcery.
Oh.
So, there's justice and truth. There's goddess of luck and fate. And what's the second one? Father of the world and goddess of the sun.
Oh! Thank you for the hint, Gizmo. All I know is it's not Libra and
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone with Libra and Logan just purely because we could have gone to Logan's stall and to train, and I don't think he would be that important if he was training people here.
Yeah.
So, I feel like Titan would be an easy option because he's mentioned Titan. Should we go with Atlan, messenger of the gods?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. 4, 5, 1.
Do you want me to keep a finger on it?
Yes.
And drink?
Yes. Have you finished this book, Gizmotronic?
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Trying to keep as spoiler free as possible, but have you finished the book? And also, have you played Shadow of the Giants too?
And how many playthroughs if you did finish the book?
Yeah, I mean, our playthroughs are a little different than normal, but...
I think everyone's playthroughs are a little different. Oh, then we got it wrong. So, should we... Oh, should we carry on? Because...
Let's carry on.
Okay.
Chances are we're going to die at some point.
Sinla is Hamaski's aunt, the scholar laughs in derision. While Atlan is his nephew, I hardly think you are potential scholar material, do you? However, Hamaskus thanks you for your donation. You can't ask for your money back now, even considering how poorly you've been treated by the clerk. Otherwise, what would people think of you? You leave the halls of learning, feeling despondent, and decide on a different course of action. If you have a holy symbol, turn to 4, if not, turn to 469. We do. Done 2 runs on Secret Salomonis first when you didn't even get your backpack back.
How did we get our backpack back?
At the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, but we didn't have the money and he still gave it to us.
We got a lucky luck roll.
Was it?
Yep.
So the picture is of this little dwarf guy, which I'm assuming is the guy from the cave at the beginning.
Leprechaun?
Yeah.
I swear that's a leprechaun.
I wonder if he's like the trickster guy. Right, we do have a golden symbol, a holy symbol. We might as well use it and see what happens.
I do really want to get into the guild though.
We'll see what happens.
I feel like
You feel that you are much better prepared for what life as an adventurer might entail, and so excited to take on your first official job. You make your way to the Adventurers Guild. So what happens if you don't have the holy symbol?
I know. I feel like that's such a waste. Should we go back and drink and...
We didn't say we did anything with it. Let's continue on and see what happens.
Oh, no! Okay.
We're being legit for now.
Yeah,
Okay, 10 to 297.
Yeah, but we drunk and kept our finger on it for no reason.
That's true. Done 2 runs on Secret of Salamonis. First one, I didn't even get my back. Oh, I've already read this one. Oh. Second, I got a lot further but died at the hands of Toadmen.
Oh.
Okay.
I have to bear that in mind. Oh, here we go. Oh, I feel like that's such a waste though. But okay, let's carry on. We probably will end up dying anyways. We always do. It is Storm's Day. Are we on Storm's Day? Yes.
Yes.
When you return to Adventures Guild of Salomonis and dark clouds are gathering over the city, you wonder if it is a sign that there are dark forces at work. Put a mark on Storm's Day on the Wheel of the Week on your adventure sheet.
Already there.
Since you first arrived in Salamonis, you have started to earn a reputation for yourself. This is represented by your... I feel like this is the end of the tutorial.
Yeah.
This is represented by your Aminor score. Your experience have also toughened you up and honed your skills. You have a pool of points equivalent to your current Aminor score, which you now need to share out among your different attributes. For every 2 points of Aminor you currently have, you may increase your initial skill, stamina, or luck by 1 point. So we've only got 2 points to spread out.
Yeah.
You may increase the same attribute more than once. Then increase your current score to this new maximum. Please note that your skill and luck scores may not exceed 12 points each.
Does someone literally have like 12 at this point?
Yeah, I hold it. Like, I hope so.
Yeah.
Next playthrough. Well, your stamina score may not go higher than 24 points. When you are done distributing your pool of points and have updated your skill, stamina, and luck scores on your adventure sheet, including their initial scores, turn to 287.
Right, clearly we're banging both of them into skill.
Skill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe a stamina and a skill. No, two skill.
2 skill.
Skill's the most important.
Definitely. We know that from our 12 skill run.
That's really annoying because I bet if we did more things in the guild, we'd probably have a lot more points.
We'd be traded our money off for points.
And we'd have special skills.
We got one.
We're going into the big wide world with just charisma and...
This is our first run.
Yeah. Turn to 287.
Yeah. Playing Shadow of the Giant right now. I hope you're enjoying it. We had a really good time with it.
Yeah, it was nice.
Love all the references to all the older books and stuff. What page was it going to? 287?
Oh no, we're such noobs.
The thing is, we didn't expect this at all.
No.
With the whole
No.
raising above your skills, so we thought we were going to be stuck with this for the whole time. So it's fresh, it's feeling good, it's new, and we're not cheating because it's kind of like we don't know what's happening next a lot of the time. So you are just crossing the markets. The thing is, the skill is handy when you actually come into fights. We don't know how many fights are in this one.
No.
You're just crossing the market square when a hand taps you on the shoulder. You turn to see a meek-looking older man dressed in fine clothes and carrying a small chest about his person. His eyes are twinkling.
Say that.
I don't believe I know you, he says. New in town, you nod? You nod, and then let me introduce myself. I am Odious Pinchpenny, the royal tax collector. I am authorised by King Salomon to collect taxes from the citizens of Salomonis and any visitors to the city on his behalf. What is your purpose here in Salomonis? You tell Pinchpenny that you've recently joined the Adventurers Guild and are on your way to now look for a quest for work. Is that so? Well, if you wish to seek employment here, then you must pay the job seeker's tax. A job seeker's tax? Who ever heard of such thing? It would seem that the royal tax collector is odious by name and odious by nature. How much is that, you challenge him? A trifling sum, a mere 2 gold pieces. It doesn't sound like a trifling sum to you. What do you want to do? Deduct 2 gold pieces and pay the royal tax collector. Attack the man. Make a run for it.
Do you make a run for it? What are you wanting to do? You can't attack him.
It's rare you can escape the tax man though, isn't it?
What did he say? How it described him? Meek-looking older man.
He's the one who's going to get more money out of us than we need to give him. So maybe we should just make a run for it. Out of spite. Let's do it. 3, 4, 8.
We can outrun him. I don't really want to kill him. Oh no!
Go on.
You make a break for it
I'll run the tax man
and sprint away from the market square. As far as you can tell, the tax collector doesn't make any effort to give chase. He's probably too unfit. You make your way to the Adventurers Guild by a more circuitous route through the back streets of the city. Write the word wanted on your adventure sheet.
Right, we need a mugshot image now down here somewhere.
And turn to 369.
We're wanted, so it's going to come up. Or if you are wanted, turn to this page. We're going to get busted.
Busting makes me feel good.
Right, 369. Right, we're going to get arrested here. Should have paid the man. 2 gold. It's not much.
Yeah, but we were paying for nothing.
You are met at the door of the Adventurers Guild by the Grizzled Guildmaster. You're back then, he says to you. As you proudly show him your adventurer's permit, turn to 120.
So we're back in?
Yeah, we got a permit now, so we can do a quest.
Or do we go back to school?
We'd have to pay another 4 gold.
Oh, look at the Guildmaster. Who does he look like?
Let me see,
Hang on, I'll show you in a second.
Come on. Who does he look like?
He looks like a celebrity. Who is it? He looks like somebody. I'll think of it.
Put it on really close to the camera.
I can't see where the camera is. This guy, he definitely looks like somebody famous.
No idea.
So what's it to be, the Guildmaster asks, as you examine the quest board outside the guild. Take a look at the illustration opposite. On it you will see... oh, this is so good. On it you will see a list of available quests with a job number next to each one. To embark on a quest, turn to the section that is the same number that has been allocated to that job by the Guildmaster. Please note that you may only attempt each quest once unless expressly stated otherwise.
So,
should I read about?
Yeah.
So, there is number 9. Rid the slime and swine guttery of the ratapillar.
Okay.
282. Accompany Garrus's grand caravan to Shazar. That could be quite fun. 165. Pest control at King Solomon's mine.
That's quite distant.
Oh, also, weren't we going to get work at the...
Yeah, we were.
Swine?
We were, yeah.
341. Bring Cardinal Zin to justice.
Cardinal Zin.
Yeah. 203. Solve the mystery of the Screaming Sky. 347. Obtain the horn of the Black Unicorn. That sounds ace. 88. Two fat ladies. Collect cauldron weed for the Witches of Dree.
I think the Ratapillar sounds like the most basic one we could attempt at this point.
You can do more than one, can't you?
Yeah, you can come back and do as many quests, you just can only do them the once.
Should we rid the slime and swine?
Yeah, that sounds like the easiest one, yeah. I still have bad dreams of having to go back to school sometimes. I've never had that dream.
I feel like I might have had that dream a couple of times.
Were you naked in it?
No, I wasn't.
I've had dreams once where I've not once, but I've had dreams where I've been back in school in PE and I've got no PE kit and I have to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a fantasy, not a dream.
Yeah, and the PE teacher gets me in.
Go to page.
Yeah. This should be a straightforward job, the Guildmaster says. Pig Boy Snouter wants someone to get rid of something he calls a ratapillar. That's made itself at home in one of the Razorback sheds. He's willing to pay 3 gold pieces for anyone who can deal with the vermin for him. Do you know the slime and swine guttery at all? Have you visited the slime and swine guttery before, turn to 462. If not, turn to 442.
We haven't. We were going to go and we didn't.
We were, distracted and taken away.
I'm a little bit nervous because we only have 5 stamina.
That's fine.
Okay.
If we die, we die.
We die. We die.
It always seems to be an Ivan Drago situation when we play this game.
We die. The Guildmaster tells you how to find Pig Boy Snouter's place outside the city walls, beyond the west gate. Oh, it's outside the city walls.
Oh, okay.
The guttery is little more than a ramshackle hut, buzzing with flies, although you notice some sheds on the other side of the muddy field in which Pig Boy and his brother Jowler raise razorbacks, which are piggies.
Nice.
As soon as you set eyes on the 2 men, it becomes patently clear how they got their nicknames, and it's not because they are pig farmers. 10 to 42. Are they pigs? Are they pig men?
Depends what they're doing with the pigs.
422 to find out.
Jowler's got a big jowls, and Pig Boy is doing obscene things with his pig. 422. Ooh, it's a forest on the disc. I thought it was a moon.
On the disc?
Yes,
Yeah. It sort of looks like it did start off as a forest, and then we did lots of things.
We decided it looked better as a
moon forest.
Yeah, basically.
art, Kayla.
It is, and we're still on storm.
Deal with it.
We've not actually had to drag our man around the week yet. Jowler leads you through a stinking guttery to a shed on the other side of the filthy pig's pens. It's in there, he says, pointing at the shadowed entrance of the barn. It's in there, this ratapillar, you ask. The place stinks to high heaven. That's what it looks like to me, Jowler says. Nasty looking thing it is with teeth to match. I'll leave you to it, then, shall I? Without waiting for a reply, Jowler gets back to the business of processing pig guts with his brother, leaving you to enter the shed alone. The only sound is the buzzing of the flies. A few dusty beams of sunlight enter the barn through the holes in the roof. Watching where you are putting your feet and doing your best not to breathe in through your nose, you enter the shed with your sword drawn. If you have the spelling special key and want to use it now, turn to 340. If not, maybe write that down.
What?
Ratapillar needs spelling.
Yeah.
If you don't have that skill, test your luck. If you're lucky, turn to 4-2. If you're unlucky, turn to 3-8-2.
Oh no.
So our luck is at 6, so that's 2 dice, right?
Yes. I'm going first. Oh, you're going to get 2. Okay, we failed.
Right, we're unlucky. 3-8-2.
You take a skill point off. What if we
Not
die?
a skill point.
Not a skill, a luck.
Should you take it off even if you're unlucky? Yeah?
Yeah, you always take it. As your eyes slowly become accustomed to the gloom, you begin to make out the remains of razorbacks that have been slaughtered out of the guttery. It must be this source of food that has attracted the ratapillar. You suddenly hear a splash behind you as something whips out of the mud and strikes as fast as a cobra, sinking great yellow fangs into the calf of your leg.
Oh no.
Oh, lose 2 stamina points. We are gonna die here.
Down
Turn
to 3 stamina.
2, 5, 8. We are like literally on our last legs.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm scared.
You spin around, almost losing your footing on the slippery ground, and lay your eyes on something truly hideous and dripping with mud. It looks like a massively overgrown maggot sporting huge rodent-like teeth. If you have the world law special skill, turn to 352. If not, turn to 170.
We have nothing because we were eager. You were eager to start.
We got the question wrong, basically.
Which page was it? 170.
We didn't have a choice to leave to do anything else, did we?
As you prepare... Ooh, here it is! He looks like a mole rat.
Come on. Let's see.
Doesn't it look like a mole rat a little bit?
It does, yeah.
As you prepare to give the horror a taste of cold steel, it whips its grub-like head forward and spits a gobbet of slime at you. Roll 2 dice.
Oh no.
If the number rolled is less than or equal to your skill score, turn to 332. If the number rolled is greater than your skill, turn to 313.
So if we're unlucky there, we're going to lose more stamina before we even get into a fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Or we might just die. We might get poisoned.
We need to roll an 8.
Or less. Yes! 332.
Frying pan into the fire. You swiftly sidestep, dodging out of the path of the flying slime ball. It hits the wall of the shed behind you, where it hisses as the acidic matter starts to eat its way through the wood. Add 1 luck point.
Yes.
Turn to page 262.
I thought we were gonna die then.
We might still. We've got 2 hits in us.
Hearing the acidic spit must be useful when you spend all day eating pig bones.
What?
Oh.
Say that again. Is this us or the ratapillar?
I completely wrote that wrong.
What did you say?
I said hearing.
Hearing.
So having acidic spit must be useful when you spend all day eating pig bones. Before the ratapillar can ready another spitball, you may move in for the kill. Ratapillar, Skill 7.
Oh no.
Stamina is 6. Oh, that's
beautiful. We don't have to even mess with it. We do have. We have to use the rats, I think. There we go.
No, it's not a rat.
We don't have a caterpillar rat.
It's not a rat we're fighting. It's a big worm.
We don't have a big worm.
We have an eel.
We'll have to use the eel, and I think the rat would be better.
Okay, let's use the rats, even though it's not even rat-like.
It's a worm with rat teeth.
True. True. It's got
Right. Here we go then. Right.
Basically, if you slay the verminous horror, turns to 2/3.
God.
If not, we'll die.
Oh, this is not gonna. Well, it's down to luck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
18.
Yeah, 18 for us. 7. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
First roll is
Caterpillar is down to 4. I'll roll again.
Come on. 2 more.
9.
9.
10.
10. Okay, so he's won this round.
Oh no. That's us down to 1.
Come on, we can still turn this around. 8, 10, 15,
15 for us.
10.
Oh,
No! We are dead. We died by the caterpillar.
we died.
But
But
we've got a good feel for how things start.
yeah, we need to learn a lot of skills.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've not cheated once. It's early days,
No.
but we've not cheated once here.
That's true.
So I suppose that's going to be it for You Live by the Caterpillar, You Die by the Caterpillar. Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be it for part 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've had a lot of fun figuring out how this book works, and we definitely know a lot more about what to do next time we play around. But yeah, we're going to have to really work hard next time to get in a better situation than this one.
Yeah, we'll probably if we end up going over the same pages.
Yeah, we will. That's
We'll
one thing.
skip through them a
We'll
little.
try and skim through them, or basically just sum them up in 3 seconds or less.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching our first part of Secret of Salomonis. It's always good to play these books, especially when it's a new, fresh book. So, let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. How is your playthrough going if you read it, or is this new to you? Are you watching it via us? So, yeah, see you again with part 2 very soon.